Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Ahmed Alnaggar. I am the Chief Technology Officer of iFacility Group and the founder and chairman of the Global Digital Twin Forum. So iFacility Group basically is a company that provides some services, including training, consultancy, and R&D. And the Global Digital Twin Forum is an initiative that connects the digital twin developers, clients, researchers, and enthusiasts and professionals from all over the world through a network that looks into, having this data-driven collaboration between all the stakeholders and to drive resilient, intelligent and sustainable future for our communities. Today, I'm going to start my presentation about the socio-technical challenges of digital twin implementation, and I would like to start by, putting together that scenario. So, a chief operating officer of an organization did some research, and we would like to, or she would like to develop a digital twin for their organization. So the research usually starts by developing some case studies, and this is what our friend here has done. So he improving asset life cycle, predictive maintenance, collaboration, and all the good use cases that we all know about developing digital twin, increasing productivity, reliability, total cost of ownership, and then opening the door for more collaboration and more innovation as well, using AI and machine learning. So the digital twin here that in this scenario is connecting the BIM asset data into the operation phase using data standards, including IFC and COBE, and then connecting that to the CAFM system, and then integration with the IoT sensor network, and integrating also with the building management system and so on. So that's the technical part that usually a person who would like to go through a digital twin implementation project would do. He will develop the use cases, develop the technical framework, and so on. But this is not really what I want to do now. Here, I want to discuss now. So here, that person, when at an organization level, and long back in my work, I was exactly in that situation. So I developed all the technical framework of developing a digital twin. But then anyone who would do that is a part of an organization, right? And this organization has several departments. So when you pitch an idea like developing an organizational level digital twin of a building or a group of buildings, you come across the pitch part where you introduce the idea to your company and get the approval for appointing someone or a service provider, or even do it locally in the organization. But in one way or another, you need to do the phase where you pitch the idea and gain consensus from other departments and executives in the organization, where you develop the digital twin. So our friend here, he pitched the idea and provided all the technical requirements, but then he was faced with a total different set of questions from different departments of the organization. For example, at the C-level, we're only interested on the ROI, for example, and how does it impact the bottom line of the business. IT was very concerned about the data. Where the data will be hosted? Is it going to be in a segregated network, or is connected to our organizational network? Is it hosted in the cloud? And if it's hosted in the cloud, is it a local data center here in the UK, or is it a cloud-based somewhere, a cloud data center somewhere in China or whatever? Oh, and what about the cybersecurity requirement of it? The procurement will be asking about the contractual framework, how we will actually do a contract for this service. and how the governments will happen. The legal will ask legal questions about, is there any legal obligations for us, any risks of data breach or intellectual property rights or anything in that in this respect. While the FM will be also connected, concerned about the operation and maintenance and sustainability, energy management, and the use cases for it. So the person in this scenario will face a whole lot of questions that are not technical in nature, but they are more or less social in nature, and that's really the main concept in what we call socio-technical system theory, where one of the main principles on that is the principle of joint optimization, which when you try to develop a new technology and introduce it into an organization, there needs to be a parallel introduction of analysis of its social impact within the organization and as a part of the environment that this organization is operating on. And the environment here is not the natural environment or built environment. What I mean by the environment is the socio-technical environment, like the other players who will be the contractual obligation, the frameworks, the regulatory requirements, and so on. And this is the economic status, and so on. So this is the environment. So another scenario here in the socio-technical challenges is about developing a connected digital twin. So the other scenario here is another executive in an urban planning authority have a vision of developing a connected digital twin. Again, she or he looked into all the requirements of it. So we need to have a digital twin of our mobility networks, energy network, water network, and then connect that with all the requirements of the technical requirements of BIM, GIS, CTGML, integration, and then to provide value or social, economic, and improve resilience, and so on. So I'm not going to go into details on that because I know the community has a lot of other presentation about that. But what I really want to focus on is the socio-technical challenges on this. So again, in the second scenario, our friend here is faced with a total different kind of questions about how to develop that. So electricity supplier, a part of this digital twin, will ask, who will fund that project? A telecom supplier will say, who will own the intellectual property? A water supplier will say, who will have the access to our data? A standardization body will say, what are the standards that will be followed, and do we need to develop a new standard? So a central government will be concerned about the policy, and is there any new policy that we need to develop for the governance of this new connected digital twin, and then and so on. So the road authority, is there a legal requirement for us to be a part of this project? So you will see and sense from all these questions that there is a very interesting kind of pushback from the social actors, as we call in socio-technical systems, about the implementation of digital twin. So the main thing here is that when we develop digital twins, it's not just about the technical capabilities, the technology, the interoperability, the system thinking, and these kind of things, but there is another layer of challenges in there, and these are the two main kind of categories of challenges that you face when you develop either in an organizational level digital twin, some kind of data silos and fragmentation between different departments, data privacy and security concerns, resistance to technological change within the organization, resource constraints, financial and human resources, so lack of skill sets, lack of budget, and so on, lack of digital infrastructure readiness because the IT has their own operations, and something like that will introduce a whole new kind of IT infrastructure on top of the existing organizational infrastructure. On the macro level or cross-organization level, there is other set of challenges, like lack of inter-agency collaboration. There is no collaboration. Every one of these players or actors in connected digital twin had their own agenda, their own standardization and regulatory requirements, their own data ownership and intellectual property issues. So they have different agendas, cross-sectional budget allocation. Who will own the budget? How the budget is distributed, and so on. So
1 minute left, if that's okay.
Sorry?
1 minute. One minute
sorry.
left.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, it seems like the part about the AI is going to be facing challenges here. But yeah, anyway, so the generative AI will have a lot of potential to tackle these issues. It provides us with creation, analytics, simulation, and a lot of cases that we can use to face these face these challenges and to overcome these challenges. The key generative AI models and their main, there are some key generative AI models here and some key applications for them. This is an important one because it looks into how the different generative AI models can be used in connected digital twins. So I'll leave it here for you to read it later probably. And this one is how we can use generative AI to overcome the socio-technical challenges. For example, here, this is a prompt to develop a draft contract for a legal a draft contract to outsource digital twin requirements. It is not going to be the end of the journey, but it's a good starting point. It cuts a lot of the time required. The potential impact here, there is great potential impact, 2.6 trillion to 4.4 trillion US dollars annually. And then, also other technological and the potential to automate work activities that absorb 60 to 70% of employee time through automation. So it will cut the time required to do tasks by 60 to 70%. Some key challenges there are data quality, IP, ethical concerns, lack of transparency. It's a black box. You do the prompt and you don't know what's inside. Dependency on large data sets, where large data sets sometimes is not available for certain use cases. Finally, the organizational transformation strategy and process. This is what we call a Kotter change model. It has 7 steps. I listed the 7 steps for our organizational strategy, and I put together into how AI can enable each one of these steps. Sorry, it's a lot of content there, but I will leave it for you to take a look and to ask me questions and connect with me later after the presentation. Thank you so much.
First question, please, for Ahmed is, thank you for your presentation. Were there any quantifiable benefits produced from the optimization of the operations area that can be shared? So very quick 10-second reply, if you could, please.
Yeah, the quick answer is yes. We have worked in several use cases, and we have quantifiable outputs from each one of these use cases. So yeah, probably that's going to be an offline discussion where I could present to you that and we could discuss further, because it's just 10 minutes or 10 seconds. Sorry. Thanks.